Okay, so it's going to be slightly different for you guys because you're going to be working off the piece of paper, but since I'm working on a computer, I'm just going to plot these points using GeoGebra. You guys can just use your pen or pencil and just graph these. Plot the following points plot the points using the following graphs. So the first point is negative 2, 1. What that means is the x value tells us whether we're going left or right, and then the y value tells us we're going up, down. So negative 2, negative 1 means we're going to go left 2 and down 1. So I start at the origin 0, 0, this middle point right here, and we're going to go left 1, 2, and then we're going to go down 1, and that's our point right there. The next point is 0, 0. So that's right at it's called the origin. That's where we start because we don't go left or right or up or down at all. The next one is 2, 1. That means we're going to go right 2 and up 1. Next one, 4, 2, means we're going to go right 4 and up 2. Finally, our final point is 6, 3. That means I'm going to go right 6 places, and we're going to go up 3 places. So what you're seeing here is these points, A, B, C, D, and E, these are falling on a line, right? So now it says, using Excel, write the equation of the line and list the value of R. So we're going to go over to Excel and we're going to type these values in. So let's do that. All right, and once we get those values in, it says, write the equation of the line and list the R value. Our correlation coefficient R, that tells us how good of a line we are working with. It is 1, so the R value for this set of points is 1. And then for our equation, it's going to be, we're going to get that equation from right here in the Excel spreadsheet. So it's y equals 0.5x plus 0. We don't really need that plus 0 at the end. That doesn't help us at all. So that's our equation, is y is equal to 0.5x. And I'm going to go over to GeoGebra. If you want to sketch this line, that's fine, but I just want to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to actually enter that in. We're going to put y equals 0.5x. And you see when I graph that line, this is perfectly mapping to these points right there. All right, in this next point, it says the following data corresponds to for the year a cost of a movie ticket. So in 1992, the cost of a ticket was $4.15, 97, so on and so forth. So now we're dealing with X values are usually time, so you can see that our X values are going to be the years, and then the Y value is going to be the price. Now, the graph that you guys are working with, I've kind of replicated as best I can. It's a little bit larger, but you can see we can never start. We want this vertical axis to be starting at 0, but this X value for our horizontal axis, we probably could chop that off to be starting somewhere here, but that's okay. We're gonna just go with what we have. So let's get some points. The first point is 1992 415. So I gotta zoom this out a little bit. Actually, I think I can do this if that's okay with you guys. I'm gonna zoom in, and again, yours 1992 is gonna be somewhere around here, right? So 1992 is, here's 1800, here's 2000. So 1992 is going to be somewhere up here, and then 415. So I'm going to actually do this. I can input the points. So then there's 1997, 459, and then 2002, 580, and 2008, 718, oops, and then finally 2016, 865. All right, so these actually kind of look like they are falling on a straight line. What I'm going to show you is if I change this, let me adjust this axis real quick, and let's make the x minimum something like 1980. Let's make the x maximum 2020. You can actually see now this looks a lot better. So you can see by chopping this down and starting the years at 1982, we can get a nice picture. So what you got here, you can do the best you can. If you want to readjust these axes to kind of maybe start at 92, 94, and go on and so forth, that might be a good idea. Regardless, what we're going to be focusing on in class is, can we enter these values in Excel, get our equation, and get our R value? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to clear out the values that we have in here, and we're going to type those new values in. I'm going to hit pause real quick and just do this to save ourselves a little bit of time. You can do this as well. All right, so once we get those values in there, again, you can see that the Excel's giving us a line. You can see it doesn't fall directly on a linear correlation, but that correlation coefficient tells us that there is some pretty strong correlation between the year and the price of a movie ticket. So that R value is 0.9938. And then our equation is this one up here, which is 0.019705x plus a negative 388. So we will type that out. 0.19705x plus negative 388. We'll round this 61.